Hello everyone, my name is Sovhiel, and this is what I'm calling a retrospective gameplay. It's a game that I played already, obviously this is a replay, but what I'm trying to aim for here is to look back on my gameplay and see what I did right and what I did wrong. I'm not the most experienced or the best player out there, that's for sure. I'm no pro player or anything. I'm still in a pretty low bracket, and there's still a lot of people on my team and enemies who don't really know what they're doing, and even I don't know what I'm doing a lot of the time. But the goal of this is to improve. It's to look at what I could have done better and look at what I succeeded in doing. So let's just jump right into the gameplay.
Battle.
Right off the bat, things aren't too ideal. I think my other two choices is a single draft game, and my other two choices were both melee heroes, and we already had quite a few melee heroes, so I didn't want to screw up our lanes. I decided to go for a ranged support to make our lanes better, assuming TA would go mid, and then it turns out that I'm talking with TA here, and she says that she wants to let me go mid, even though none of our other supports bought Courier, which is unfortunately going to screw me over. Because Zeus really benefits from a fast bottle, and that's kind of the build I want to go for. Usually if you want to go for a fast bottle, you go Tango and 3 Ironwood branches, and that gives you an ample amount of gold left over so that
30 seconds
so you can get that bottle really fast, grab the 2-minute rune, maybe even the 0-second rune, and just start dominating your lane right from the outset. But since I had to buy Courier, and since I'm expecting Huskar mid, who is very good at harassing, I have to buy Salve also, just to be on the safe side. And it's definitely not an ideal mid situation.
The battle begins.
I also make a mistake right here at the very beginning. I don't block at all, which is a big mistake.
God be with you.
Because Zeus has kind of a bad animation,
Beastmaster, thanks
and despite him being a ranged hero, he doesn't have the best range at all. So you see I try to block a little bit there just to gain a little bit of advantage, but it doesn't really do anything. And it's up against Huskar. Kind of have to use Chain Lightning here to get last hits, but the problem with that is that that also pings down Huskar's health little by little, and you can see it's very hard for me to get last hits naturally without using Chain Lightning. That's going to drain my mana very quickly, especially now that he has the high ground too. And so, like, every time I Chain Lightning, normally against a hero that would be good. You're slowly chipping away at their health, and you're going to eventually be able to push them out of the lane once you get Lightning Bolt. But the more I'm Chain Lightning him, not only am I losing mana, and we lose First Blood, not only am I losing out on my mana, and so my ability to last hit and get that bottle, I'm still quite a bit away. I'm still like 200 gold away. But I'm also making it easier for him to last hit and easier for him to harass me. Like, watch how much this does damage to me. And it only gets worse. I mean, I have mana for a last hit. I want to go in for last hits so I can get that bottle, because I know once I get that bottle, things will be infinitely easier. I'll have more regen. I'll be able to spam Lightning Bolt once I skill that, which that was also a little mistake. I think I probably should have skilled Lightning Bolt faster. You see we trade a little bit here, and I get him down from about half to a quarter, and he gets me down from full to a half, which is ridiculous. I hope I can get a kill on him here. He wisely backs off. If he hadn't backed off in time, I probably could have killed him. But at least that gives me some breathing room. I can get some last hits. A little bit harder under tower, but so at this point things are looking pretty bad. Like, even though he's at very low health, Huskar doesn't really care that much. And as soon as he skills his heal, it really won't be that much of a problem for him. And meanwhile, he's backed off a little bit just because he doesn't want to get lightning bolted. Maybe he didn't check my mana. That's a really good thing to do when you're 1v1 mid, is to check the mana level of your opponent. And so he just waits a little bit, waits to get to about half health, and move back in here. And so all I want to do is save up for that bottle. That's it. Let's look at last hits. So 8 and 5 to my 5 and 2. Pretty bad. Pretty dire situation for me. Not doing the best at last hitting. Definitely could have done a better job with that. Finally, I get that. I don't even care about the harass at this point. I don't even care that I'm out of mana. It's like, yes, I got my bottle. I'll be okay now. Everything will be fine. And now I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on him, go for a little bit more last hits, because I know I'll have that regen, and hopefully I'll be able to start controlling the runes. I mean, he hasn't, it's 3.5 minutes in, which is a minute and a half later than you want that fast bottle. Missed the last hit there. But he hasn't left the lane to control runes, which is okay. I mean, he wants the experience. He knows he's outlast hitting me. I go ahead and lightning bolt him here. It makes his burning spear do more damage to me, but it puts him in a really critical situation as soon as I bottle up. He uses his heal, which is smart. So I'm just trying, now that I've given myself some breathing room, and now that I have a safety net of a bottle, I'm trying to not use Chain Lightning to push the wave. I want it to be on my side of the river. I want him to be nervous. And I want to be able to not just throw away this mana that I've gotten now, because I'm still only have 1 bottle charge and only 100 mana. I only have enough for a lightning bolt. You can see his harass deals a ton of damage to me. I mean, I only have 2 armor. I only have 700 health isn't that bad, but... And we're both in kind of this really critical situation. And I decide... Oh, no, I'm not going to go for the rune. Huskar actually leaves to go for the rune. Or maybe he'll gank top.
Double damage!
Yeah, he gets a double damage. And he actually, I think he's seeing if I'm going to go check the rune. And maybe I'm going to get it. So the first thing I do, obviously you can't see team chat in here, but as soon as Huskar leaves, I call Missing Ashen. Because Huskar is a very dangerous ganker. I mean, in a 3-on-2 situation, he can destroy people. So let's just switch to free camera and watch him do that. So he's coming out very low health. Instead he decides to turn around and hit a creep, I guess because, did she use melt? I don't think so. Yeah, that was weird.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So that definitely helps our situation. I go and check rune, which is silly. I know I should have figured he got him, especially since he went top. But 6 minutes almost here. I really need that 6-minute rune, and there it is. Thank God, regen is perfect too. I could not have asked for a better rune. And so I'm still losing mid lane, 11-5 to 15-6, but it is not. It's not a horrible situation anymore, especially since Huskar died just there. XP per minute. I'm actually doing the best out of everyone, and that's probably because I've been sitting mid. That Huskar lost a lot by not only roaming out of the lane when he had a lane advantage, but also then dying in the process of trying to get a gank. So I at least had the experience advantage. I want to make sure I get boots just so I can run away from Huskar, try and outmaneuver him a little bit. And I know I have this regen rune, so I kind of want to make good use of my mana while I have it, and not even care that much about taking harass. I obviously don't want to put him in a situation where he can get a kill, but I do know that I can afford to be liberal with both my health and my mana, and so he's really close to dead, and I have my ult up, which is awesome, and he dives me and gets the kill. But at least the tower kills him. I'm not sure if that was the best use of life break, but I mean, he did get a kill on me. He almost could have gotten away with that. And you can see he got a huge experience boost from that. He actually has more XP per minute than me now. Just checking the other lanes. They're really pushed up in bottom lane, so I'm trying to see if I could maybe gank there later, or if someone's low health and I can ulti. But right now I should be walking back to lane. Our TA is actually doing quite well. She's last hitting quite well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
and not to spoil it, but that becomes a large force in the game later as well. Obviously, Huskar's still outlast hitting me, but TA is doing the best in the game right now, which is great. Doing way better than the anti-mage. 27-2 versus 15-0. That's really good. So I haven't really. I died once, but it was Huskar also died. So it's not the worst situation. And then as I say that, Huskar gets killed, and I see how low he is,
all it takes to kill
and just decide to ulti. So Huskar's 3-3. Sorry about that. So Huskar's 3-3. It's not the worst he could have done. I mean, things could be a lot worse, but it's not the start you really want for an early Huskar. And as soon as I see that, I know we're probably going to be okay. TA's 1-1-1, which is fine. She already has. What does she have? She already has phase boots, along with a lot of charges, so she's pretty survivable with refraction and meld. So I'm not really worried about that. And as long as Huskar's missing, I am trying to push this lane, but I also know he's missing in action, so I didn't want to push it too hard and get jumped by him. So of course, as Zeus, you want to get Chain Lightning first for the last hitting power, and to push the lane in case you need to. I mean, obviously you don't always want to push the lane, but since his animation is really horrible, you do really want to pick up Arc Lightning first. And then Lightning Bolt's really your weapon of choice. I mean, 350 magic damage for only 135 mana is that's pretty powerful. And TA did a really good job of spotting runes for me this whole game. I was really happy about that. So as you can see, Huskar is trying to gank bottom, but he doesn't really need the help.
It's good to be
Sand King just does it on his own. So Dragon Knight's actually in a pretty dire situation. He knows to back off now and just kind of hug the tower. It's such low health, and Huskar is showing up. And so So TA decides to mark the runes and come bottom. I'm kind of just content to farm mid, I think. I mean, my ult's back up, so I have a global contribution to teams. Let's see if TA can get a kill on Huskar. I go ahead and ulti because I know it'll help her out. Not the best use of my ult, but I was worried that he was going to get away. And the more I can knock down this Huskar and punish him after he gets these kills and gets low life, the better. I should really probably be using this Invis rune to gank. Like, I should probably be ganking top, or because I mean we just had that big confrontation bottom, so nothing's probably going to happen there. And I'm not very good at pushing, as Zeus, I'm not very good at pushing lanes. So I can't really punish Huskar for leaving too much. I can't push this tower too great. But yeah, I should probably be pushing bottom. Or probably trying to be ganking bottom. And so this is what TA decides to do.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
She's just really punishing TA for not getting blur.
Assassin, you came too close to the secrets.
Really diving that tower is kind of pretty dangerous, actually. If Nekolite had thrown in a couple attacks. But blur is really good because you only need one skill point and you get 20% evasion. That's a ridiculous amount of evasion.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So I decide to go bottom, we get a kill. Anti-mage gets away, sadly. Nice TA blinking in.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
She pretends like we're not even there, like she can just farm in safety, and I decide to make it known that she's not going to get away with that. But meanwhile, Huskar's actually chipping down my tower quite well. And that's really dangerous.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So I have to go back mid to defend the tower. I was really hoping that with the tower hits,
is under
that would be enough damage to kill Huskar with my ult, but not even close. So TA shows up mid. Looked like he wanted to get aggressive on me, and now we can punish him for that.
Dire's top tower.
I dive a little bit for this. Definitely worth it though. Illusions are really good for diving towers because you can make the illusion tank the tower. Meanwhile on bottom, it's kind of having some troubles. 3-on-1's not very good situation. 3-on-2 neither. So T and I are going to try and take a trade for this. I mean, there's not much we can do about this. It's actually a pretty strong lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Sand King, PA's lurking around. I mean, we know that there's a bunch of them missing, especially now that we killed Huskar. He's going to be coming back to A lane anytime soon. So, it's kind of a tough situation for our Dragon Knight. He hasn't gotten much farm. Stout Shield, Quelling Blade, Treads. I mean, Treads is pretty good. Last hits. TA's still in the lead. I'm actually catching up to Huskar pretty well. 34 to 32, 6 to 5. Our TA is massively out-farming the anti-mace though. Let's go for a minute. Huskar's still in the lead because he has 4 kills. But TA and I are right behind him. Anti-mage is dirt poor. Actually, his core is our Dragon Knight, which is pretty good. So we try and go in on this. We try and go in on him. He jumps on our Beastmaster, but Roar, man. Roar's so good. Especially against someone like Huskar, who, with his, last points of life, he really wants to do as much damage as possible. If you can roar him when he gets down to his last bits of life, when he does the most damage, it's really good. So that was a great roar from Beastmaster. He actually salves at the same time that I salve him, so it's a little bit of a mistake, but we're definitely going to take this tower. DK is still trying to hold off anti-mage. They're not really pushing here, which I think is a mistake. Like, we were basically sieging middle, and their response was just to do nothing. Was to just sit and farm. Sand King's walking back to base. Anti-mage has Ring of Health. Treads, so he's not doing horrible, but amazingly enough, we decided to yank him. He's pretty screwed here, I think.
Radiant's top tower.
I even ulti him. Oh, come on, Dragon Breath! Oh, Sand King saves him. Oh, forgot about that. Beastmaster even dies dying for that. I try and tank the tower for Dragon Knight there, but not much we can do. We can kill Sand King here for this, though. Luckily, TA already has a Blink Dagger.
Goodbye.
And I just kind of have money sitting around here, which is definitely a mistake. I mean, look at all this
bottom tower is under attack.
wasted gold. If I die here, that's a lot of lost money. I could, and I could just grab my 4-staff now, which I think I will in a moment. So I just decided to back off, grab a TV scroll, head back to base, I think. How's Top's looking? Necrolite decides to go Boots of Travel first. Really weird. He could have gone a mech with that money and just made team fights for us a whole lot harder. Instead he goes for Boots of Travel, which hasn't even, like, he's barely left this lane. He went bottom for a little bit, but then he went right back top, so. Pugna with the Soul Ring, not great. Pugna, you don't really, it's kind of squishy. You don't really want to make him sacrifice life. So that's a pretty big mistake by him too. He's just kind of sitting there, last hitting while an enemy was right there. Beastmaster pays for that too. I get my mana boots, I get some wards because Huskar's been roaming pretty hard on us. I figure some more vision will definitely help. And I also get a point booster to start toward my Aghanims. Definitely gives me a decent amount of HP. 1000's pretty good, and a nice mana pool too. I mean, I have more than TA at this point. I don't have more than Huskar. Huskar's pretty scary actually. He almost has his armlet
Radiant's
And so
top tower
immediately
is
when
under
they start
attack.
pushing that,
Radiant
I grab the
structures
rune.
are fortified.
and at least try to defend the tower. Get there a little bit too late though. Tower blows just as I get
Radiant's
there.
top tower has fallen.
Kind of a waste. I probably should have TP'd. But that's always a dangerous situation to TP under a tower that's getting sieged by 3 heroes with no backup on. Huskar ulti's a creep. It's pretty low cooldown. I guess it's not that huge of a waste, but still. But yeah, once Huskar gets that armlet, it's definitely going to be scary. And TA is a really good mid-game carry, but they have 2 very good late-game carries. They have Anti-Mage and they have PA. Hopefully, what you always hope when you're facing more than one carry is that they'll split the farm between them and both be less effective because of it. Dragon Knight's just been farming bottom. Still not much new actually. He only has 500 more gold than he did last time.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
PA
middle
kills
tower
Pugna.
is under attack.
Another mistake is that I've had these wards for a while, like 2 minutes I think, and
Double damage.
I have not done anything with them. Not a damn thing. I mean, wards are a pretty large investment for a support, or for a mid-hero who wants to get Aghanims. 200 gold is still a decent investment, and like if I had wards up right now, I'd see Sand King right there, just lurking around right there, and instead he burrow strikes right onto me. Not much he could do to follow it up, thankfully. Like if Huskar were actually there, then I could have died really easily. So I decided to chase since I have haste, and then I see, holy crap, Necrolite and Sand King are all right there. Pretty much their whole team is right there. And so this is kind of like an accidental team fight. That was a really nice roar actually. I think that might have stopped Light Break, and I see Huskar goes down to very low health and I ult him. So we're just kind of sitting around trying to camp Sand King. AM ultimate Beastmaster Axis kill Sand King. This fight's basically over. There's just a bunch of posturing now. But we basically won that team fight. We lost to me for Huskar, Sand King, and Necrolite. We would have loved to have killed Anti-Major or PA there, but didn't quite work out that way. They were both smartly conservative. DK's still farming bottom, up to 1,000 golds. TA's doing quite well. Already has her blink plus another 2,000. Still, Huskar's actually beating us in gold per minute, which is very surprising. He actually has more. He has more deaths than kills, but I guess he's just been firing very efficiently between the jungle lanes while they're trying to push our towers and
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
actual lanes. So as soon as Dragon Knight leaves his bottom lane, they take it, which might be a mistake.
Bottom tower has
I don't think Dragon Knight's used his ult at all. Oh, he died. Dragon Knight died. But yeah, I don't think he's used his ult this entire game. He really like Dragon Knight's breath, his fire breath, his poison breath that he gets at level 1 ult. That does damage over time to towers. It's a really good way to chip away at towers. And instead he's just been sitting here farming. He still doesn't even have that much. There's 1,000 gold sitting around, but other than that, Coiling Blade, Stout Shield, Treads, not a lot. So we go bottom because we don't want this to get pushed anymore. I decided to leave the farm for TA.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because although I was
Radiant's middle tower has been
Beastmaster is a nice mid, which is very smart. They were about to siege that again. Every time you deny, it's a very significant amount of gold less for the opponents, specifically anti-mage and PA. We can keep our towers from getting knocked down. And so far, despite having less carry potential and having a Dragon Knight and a Pugna, both of whom deal damage, very significant damage to towers, we have not done a great job pushing, which is a huge mistake, especially because TA can dive really well. Dragon Knight's very tanky. As you can see, he was smart and went Spell Shield really fast, and I really don't do much damage at all to Anti-Mage. I mean, that's a 350 nuke, and it feels like it's doing nothing. Huskar tries to go behind for the backstab, but no way he's living through that. My ult's a little bit late,
You'll wish I never stooped to notice.
but it does help take out PA, which we really needed. I mean, she had a dominating streak. That's a lot of gold that goes to me, which is great.
Is under attack.
I'm at 7, 2, and 5. Our TA is at 4 and 1, which is fantastic. Huskar continues to rack up deaths, which is just what you want to see out of a Huskar. Like, as soon as Huskar starts to fall behind, starts to get less deaths or less kills than deaths, he really becomes a much less threatening hero. You know, if you can keep him from going on streaks, then he's not nearly as powerful and not nearly as present on the battlefield. So I just decided to farm top. My friends, by the way, in this game are the DK, who's going Vanguard, and the Pugna, both of whom between them have like less than 40 wins, I think. So they're not very experienced. So I can't really count on them to carry or anything. Like, I can't count on the DK to really get his farm up and be able to just like tank these really high aggression people. Big mistake from Necrolite. Huskar ulties me, but I managed. He just gets me. If I'd had my ult there, I probably would have been okay. Could have ulted him at the last second. I was just getting out of his range too, his attack range. DK finally decides to use his ultimate. Yeah, not much chance of killing him, honestly. Tia takes a lot of damage from Anti-Mage in the tower. Big mistake from our Pugna, decrepifying him and then waiting to Nether Blast. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Nether Blast after the decrep wears off. A big crit takes out DK. He's trading pretty well there, even under the tower, but so now everyone's pretty low. Just kind of have to back off. Tag on Necrolite. Necrolite's really good as a support because his heal is really spammable. So if you can make him even tankier and just make him last throughout the battle, then that death pulse, that constant death pulse that just chips away at your entire team and continually heals his team, can really screw over battles. And combine that with Heartstaff or Aura, so you're continually dying as you're around Necrolite. So going this weird offensive build with Boots of Travel and Dagon, not the best build. Especially since like he only has 900 mana. I'd actually be able to burst him down pretty well if I focused on him. It's actually pretty ballsy just sitting in our jungle like that. I'm surprised we didn't spawn him with the Hawk there.
Regeneration.
TA is just trying to slow him down so he can catch up. Already has his Desolator. This really isn't much of a challenge at all. For for our TA.
The only mystery is how you lasted so long.
Huskar just gets ruined there. I don't even need to use my ult. We can kind of dive the tower here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Anti-Mage decides to go on me, which his does hurt a lot. Nice stun. I get, my ult was a huge mistake there. Really did not need to cast that. But we do end up getting both of these guys off the back of that, and now we're going to take this tower. Our TA at this point just has so much momentum. It's definitely going to be difficult for them to come back. Their Dagon Necrolite surprise can't really do that much. Anti-Mage kind of being a nice sport there, or a nice opponent there. Nice sportsman. Congratulating the TA for doing a good job. Our DK was way out of position, but Beastmaster Roar saves them. TA trades with Huskar. The fact that TA could literally kill all three of those people basically by herself, though, is pretty impressive. DK's just kind of standing there. Now he's gonna die. Nice, bro. Yep. Guys, when you're at low life and you don't have any teammates around you, run away. So just stand there. So what I'm doing now is, there's this huge engagement. Unfortunately, I wasn't very much a part of it. All I want to do at this point is make sure the lanes are pushed out, put them in a bad situation while they can't counter push, while getting some farm. I got my Aghanims now. Next I'll be going for a 4-staff. As you can see, we've been chasing a lot, and 4-staff is really good for that. I go ahead and TP back. There wasn't much else I was going to do with that top lane. Kind of a waste of a TP, I suppose. And I go ahead and sell the bottle. I haven't been doing great rune control. I mean, despite TA's traps being up here, and the enemies haven't really been going for the runes. I just once the mid game starts, I tend to focus on lanes and less on getting runes. Even though mid to late game runes can still be very useful, especially haste and double damage. Invis, obviously. Double damage, though, especially. I mean, once you start to rack up a lot of damage, those double damages can do a ton of extra damage. But I just kind of decide if anyone wants runes, TA can kind of get them, make use of them. And I just haven't been making the best use of my bottle. So something I need to work on, definitely, is rune controlling beyond 10 minutes or so, because those runes are still worth it.
Haste.
We see Huskar. I probably should have let TA grab the haste rune, but didn't look like she was going to. I'll try and make use of this. This is a nice little spot you can sit in. I mean, not much they can do to fight me back. They probably think they're getting ganked. I mean, they have like no vision over here. Let's see what the dire vision is anyway. Yeah, they really don't have much vision beyond the river. I mean, this lane's pushed up to their tower. This lane's pushing out a little bit, and we're going to have to defend that at some point. But it's not really, like, we're not active on that side of the map, so. We find Anti-Mage, he blinks away. But I ult.
You can't run from heaven.
Not letting him get away again.
With you, Anti-Mage, other than you hating everything. I take my offerings. Burn.
Again, if you can burst Huskar down right at the last second, it's the best thing you can do. Because then he doesn't get that extra damage off.
I can't bear to be seen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
Zeus
fortified.
be with you.
This is the point where I mean, we take that big fight mid, normally you might want to see us big ult by Sand King. I decided to get out of there.
Down won't I go?
Just kind of staying on the edge of the battle. If I had my Force Staff, I probably could have chased after him and gotten the kill, but oh well. Antimate shows up. Almost kills me. Juke! Juke! Almost.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Thou art damned.
But I got my Force Staff, and their mid towers are gone. So like I was saying, if you take a big fight mid like that, where you already took the racks, normally you'd want to see us rotate toward one of these other racks, either top racks or bottom racks. But obviously these tier 2s, oddly enough, are still standing. So we couldn't do that, so we just went ahead and took the tier 4s. Which definitely, they're gonna have to worry about the whole rest of the game. Even if they take down our towers,
is under attack.
like they pretty much have to push out mid, which is gonna be a slow process against these mega melee creeps. She ganks Huskar. There's really not much he can do with her refraction up because he's losing while using burning spears.
Had you but eyes to see it.
While using burning spears, and he's losing health, and he's losing health to that Desolator, which is chewing through his health, and she's not taking any damage thanks to refraction. Pugna just now going for boots. Has boots in his stash. 35 minutes in. Please, get boots. Especially as a squishy support, get boots.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Almost have Aghanims. Drum, such a cost-effective item. I really like Drum in general, but really nice choice. DK has his Vanguard and an Order Club. Might be going for BKB next, I'm not sure. But he really doesn't have that much health for a tank. I mean, 1900 health. That was mostly TA damage, that wasn't really Dragon Breath. Thankfully, he can push towers really well, so I mean that's kind of his saving grace. Or by this whole time anyway. I'm defending bottom. I should really be up there with them. Really could have made the difference in losing this fight. But instead I'm just sitting here kind of farming away blissfully. Definitely a mistake. When I'm winning, I tend to like that split push strat. Because if you have an advantage, not enough mana for Dragon Breath. Yeah, he's going for BKB. Oh, it's a shame. He actually gets away with that, seriously. Why didn't I ult there?
Dire's Ancient is under
I should have ulted. Can't believe I didn't ult. He, like, 170 health, that's nothing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do 600 damage with that. Could have easily gotten Sand King. Instead he lives. That's a shame. What a waste. But like I was saying, when I'm winning a game, I tend to like
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
the split push strat. Because if you're already winning team fights, you don't necessarily need everyone there when you're sieging a tower. And so if you can split push and knock down 2 of their towers at once, there's not much a team that's down can do about it, you know. But at the same time, I am still squishy Zeus. I have a decent amount of health now. 1700 is pretty good. But if Huskar comes in, I probably can't take him one-on-one. And I go for a plate mail. I mean, the biggest problem is Huskar and Anti-Mage and PA eventually. PA's farm has she got a Battle Fury and then hasn't gotten much. She finally has a Vlad. She doesn't even have upgraded boots. So she's not that much of a threat, but obviously she will be late game. But Anti-Mage is the real problem, and Huskar too. Those are the main forces in these team fights. Let's see if he went. Oh, he's up to Dagon too. Yeah, Anti-Mage going for a Butterfly. Veil on Sand King. I don't even know if he ever used the Veil in this entire game. But anyway, sorry for the blacking out the screen like that. So immediately, we know what they're doing Roshan because of the traps. I start out by ulting, which might be a mistake, but it's a lot of damage on all their team right away. And we just kind of scare them off there. I mean, there's not much they can do to fight it. That's a lot of damage output at the start of a battle. TA is chasing, we should watch her. She decides to back off. I mean, they're forced to push all the way back into their base. That's how scared they are of us. So we can just steal this Roshan from them. Nice blink by TA. I think I forced staff him down.
Roshan has fallen to
Pugna, oddly enough, picks up the Aegis. He doesn't really know better that I guess everyone on our team doesn't get an Aegis. Really should have been TA. But yeah, things are looking pretty good. That anyway, like I was saying about that plate mail, why I bought plate mail is because the Huskar and the Anti-Mage, they're the big problems. They are all physical damage. All of it. And plate mail is really going to minimize the damage that I take from them, especially Anti-Mage, because not only does that protect against a lot of the damage that he does, but I'm pretty sure it also limits his mana break to a degree.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Not super sure about that. Does 60% of the mana burned as damage on the target. Yeah, I'm not super sure if that's true. I'm pretty sure that if you can limit the damage he does with mana break using extra armor, that he actually drains less mana from you.
Myself.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Pugna and Beastmaster managed to kill off Huskar. He's really, like I said, he's really not threatening anymore because he's, I mean, he's 9, 15, and 5 now. I decided to ult to kill PA, just to ensure the kill.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Our TA is pretty farmed at this point. I mean, she has Sanj and Yasha now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Net worth.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Net worth 15k. I'm 13k. The Anti-Mage is definitely doing the best on his team, but he's still the equivalent of the worst, the worst net worth on our team. So PA's almost double the net worth of Anti-Mage. Well, not quite. She's Anti-Mage gets some kills too, I think, but so Anti-Mage really, he's doing the best he can, but almost get the kill there on
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
On Necrolite. Who actually has a Dagon 3 now. I'm surprised he's actually getting the farm for that. I don't know what that random Robe of the Magi is about.
Ancient is under attack.
So Pugna respawns with his all-important Aegis. He's actually doing a pretty good job with that, the life drain, but
Dire's Ancient is under attack. Dire's
I just TP'd out. I mean, I knew that was a bad situation. We didn't have TA there, and as much damage as I'm outputting, it's not enough to like destroy a team. I'm no carry. Oops. I think TA might just be waiting for someone to hang out, or Mr. Blink.
Haste!
Really, the best thing you can do at this point as Anti-Mage, I mean, he's obviously not a bad player. He knows that the best thing he can do is try and push out the one lane that is good, and hopefully eventually take one of our axes. But they're a long way off from doing that. They're just so far behind. Let's look at. Just want to look at the experience graph. That last big fight where the TA wasn't there, I mean, we definitely lost some headway, but 9,000 experience difference is pretty huge. I mean, that's 10% difference. And gold, 15k. That's a huge difference in gold, as you can see by the net worth one. I mean, TA is already up to 17k now. She's all on her way to her next damage item. Yeah, at this point, all we're trying to do, there's no way that Huskar was going to kill him. Old anti-mage. Tia just is not tanky at all. Not at all. She really needs to be doing damage thanks to Vlad's, like, otherwise she's not going to be able to get anywhere. Her fraction actually keeps TA alive there. 120 health. Oh, that poor SK. This is basically the end of the game. So not a bad game. Ended in 14-4. TA definitely did well. 16-4. Definitely did her job carrying. It's the end of the score screen.
Oh, for me?
Things that could have done better. So definitely controlling runes in the mid game, communicating that I need someone else to buy the courier, so that I can get my bottle faster. Things definitely would have improved faster in that mid game. I did a good job calling out missing in action, and that's why that's part of the reason that that our TA was able to get that kill on Huskar the first time he roamed. And definitely just like being with my team, I guess. I do tend to like the split pushing strategy, so sometimes I'll just go off on my own to one of the lanes pushing in, and just kind of farm it while pushing it out slowly. But during that time, my teammates could be dying and losing a team fight, and that could cost us the game. So I definitely want to make sure that when I'm doing it, that's the right play. But overall, pretty good game. I definitely like Zeus. He's a lot of fun. A lot of burst damage. As you can see, I could even take down anti-mage despite having 4 levels of spell shield. Largely thanks to TA's physical damage, though. But my burst damage helped make sure that he wouldn't get away. And that was really important. Especially, and pretty important for Huskar, too. If you can burst him down when he gets that low health. Give him as little time to do his max damage as possible, then that's a really good thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and hopefully I'll be doing more in the future. Get a little bit more practiced at casting things, a little bit more practice at moving the camera. But thanks a lot. So like if you liked it, and please subscribe.